it's not just in your mind. More people than ever are driving aggressively on the road. Now, what that means, speeding, tailgating, not letting someone in to merge, in some cases, even bumping another car. Now, these aren't always cases that end up in road rage incidents. These are just everyday driving occurrences. And we wanted to know the science behind why this is happening. I'm here at the Medical College of Wisconsin with Dr. Himanshu Agarwal. And one of the questions is, why are so many people willing to drive aggressively?
Well, so I think that might be a multifactorial answer. There might be more vehicles on the road than ever before. There might also be societal issues at hand. We're evolving, if that's the right word, into a society where our threshold for patience might be diminishing. We're living in a world of fast food and quick apps, and our definition of what long means might be changing very quickly. That what that might be doing is creating the perfect storm on the roads. There's also an illusion of invincibility and invisibility when you're inside your car. I mean, which might foster regression and acting out.
So more people kind of feel like no one can see them when they're behind the wheel, so they're willing to do some behavior that, like, I'm not willing to steal, but I might be willing to go a little bit fast on my way into work.
That's right. So I'll answer it this way. You might have been in the situation where you honk at someone and they poke their head out and you realize, oops, it's my boss, and I would never do that to them in real life, but here I am engaging in that action when I felt like I was invisible and they had no idea who I was.
Why is it, or who is it, that is engaging in these aggressive behaviors behind the wheel? Who are the demographics?
Actually, surprisingly, it transcends all demographics. So there's no one specific demographic. You'd be surprised at whether it's gender, whether it's age. It's not necessarily who you think it would be that might be engaging in microaggressions. It's really people like you and me. It's everyone.
And I know it doesn't always happen that someone becomes an aggressive driver and then turns into something that is even worse, turns into road rage. But the people who do act out in such a way that it actually devolves into road rage, who are those people?
So actually, yes, the single largest study that was done revealed some very surprising answers. So the perpetrators of murderous road rage, what they found was in modal circumstances, it's not people who you would expect. It was, for example, like a middle-aged person from the suburbs who is usually a law-abiding citizen and does not usually engage in such egregious acts. And what they found was usually it's sparked off by what is perceived or as a real act of aggression, say someone cutting them off or someone braking too quickly, and then something snaps almost unconsciously, which leads to this dissociation and this road rage.
So they aren't the person who necessarily starts off acting aggressively. They're the person who it happened to them.
That's right, and it's almost like something snaps, and it's a reaction or a reflex or response to that.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. We are, of course, looking more at the science behind why people are driving so aggressively. We are going to have more at tmj4.com and again at 10 o'clock tonight.